Warning! The anime you are about to see listed will be listed in a highly subjective fashion as the series are not yet completed as of this video's posting. If you disagree with the list or in some way feel like it discredits me, please understand that I also am not omnipotent and may or may not have seen your particular favorite anime this season. The anime I have and am watching this season are listed in the description below. Thank you and enjoy. Well, I guess it's that time of the year again, where I lose all interest in anime. This is that time of the year, fall 2015, that for some bizarre reason, I decided to kind of lose interest for a little while, and then I kind of come back towards the end of the season. But for this, I kind of drove through, kind of tried to pull through that, and I actually managed to find 5 different anime that allowed me to not really have too much suffering of trying to pull through my lack of interest and just be like, okay, I gotta watch these anime because I know they're gonna be good, right? Well, here are those 5 anime. I'm going to start at number 1 because number 5 might be a little bit surprising. Number 1 is One Punch Man. I'm looking forward to every single week, and I am in no way overinflating the hypeness of this anime. If you come in watching this anime with all the hype attached to it, good for you. You will probably still be able to enjoy the anime. Now the problem is that the reason why everybody's so hyped are the people that read the manga, so they know exactly what's going to happen. And also, this is Madhouse Studios, so they're going to adapt it pretty much spot on, hence our hype. For those that are going in as anime only, or people that are only going to watch the anime, or otherwise, don't go in being all hyped and shit. Just go in like any other anime. Just be like, oh, okay, yeah, this looks interesting. Give it the 3-episode rule, everything, just do the full stops on it. And I guarantee you, though, that you'll enjoy it. Number 2. Underneath One Punch Man, everything else was kind of a mix and match, kind of, between all the other anime that I enjoyed thoroughly so far in this season. But I will say that number 2 is definitely going to be Concrete Revolutio. Concrete Revolutio totally took me by surprise, and it's just the story that it portrays is in 2 different times. Like, for example, the primary story that we were originally following is the 42nd of Shinki era. And then the second timeline that we're following, I think, is 46 of Shinka era. And it's like, you don't know what I mean by that, but once you start watching the anime, which you will, you're going to totally understand what I mean. But it takes place in 2 different times. And for example, in the first episode, we watch most of it in the earlier time period. But then towards the end, we see the resolution. To the beginning of the episode, we see the resolution in the second timeline, in the later timeline. And they kind of carry that kind of trend through the rest of the anime. And I find it so intriguing and so compelling. And you have to be on your A game watching this particular anime. If you're not paying attention, you're not going to know what the fuck is going on. And that's probably one of the reasons why I really, really, really enjoy it. Number 3 almost made it to number 2. But the thing of it is that number 2 caught me by surprise, whereas I knew number 3 was pretty good to begin with. Number 3 is Noragami Aragoto. Noragami, first season, was really good. And I actually, when Noragami Aragoto came out, I kind of thought to myself, okay, this does look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and spend this entire night watching the first season, which is exactly what I did. And I thoroughly enjoyed that little marathon that I had. And now I'm enjoying this second season, the sequel to that first season. And let me just say this right now. There are a few shortcomings of the anime. Like, there's like animation quality that just is like, what the fuck, really? Come on. But for me, I'm not even focusing on that. I just want to watch the anime, and I just want to enjoy the story, which it has a full presentation of. And the characters are so dynamic and volatile. Yato, the main character, he's so funny, and he also has a very nice side of him, which I want to talk about. Number 4. Kidou Senshi Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans. There's no need for an introduction for this anime, because I actually kept pushing this off for whatever reason, going in my mind, whatever reason. I kind of kept pushing this anime off to the side up until I think it was 2 weeks ago when I was stuck in my car for a couple of hours, and I'm thinking to myself, man, you know what, I'm just going to chill in here for a while, and then I'm just going to watch stuff on Crunchyroll or whatnot. And something that I hadn't seen yet was Kidou Senshi Gundam. And it was a very pleasurable watch. It was not much like I expected it to be. Not at all. Because this would be my first Gundam series. Please don't hate on me. It's my first Gundam series, and I am pleasantly surprised by how good it is. And the dynamicness between the two main characters, I don't even remember their names, is a tall, white-haired guy, and then not really short, but he's emotionless, and he's got black hair. And they're both totally polar opposites. But then at the same time, it feels like there's you can feel already this early on. I think the last episode I watched was episode 4. This early on, you can feel the brotherly chemistry between them. You can feel that. And this early on in the game, that's pretty impressive. And I think this anime is getting 24 episode core too. So this early, and I can already feel attached to these two. That's outstanding. And I also love the story. The best way of me describing it is that it's a better version of All-No Zero. Because All-No Zero was more flashy and whatnot. Whereas this one's a little bit less on the action and more on the realism. Number 5. This one was hard. Because there were 2 anime that basically were the exact same and was sitting at number 5. And I was very close to saying, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to make number 5 both of those anime. But that would defeat the purpose of having a top 5. So I had to decide which one was better than the other. And in this case, it's Ikishi No Cavalry. What was the other anime that I was talking about? Gakusen Toshi Asterisk. That anime and Ikishi No Cavalry, Tale of Worst One. Those two are basically identical. They're basically identical. And I get this feeling that it's going to become the fall of 2015 running joke for the years to come. They'll just be like, well, next season's here. I wonder what's going to be the new Tale of Worst One and Asterisk War. I can just see that happening. I can totally see that becoming a new running gag in the anime community. Because these two are just the exact same thing. They're identical. They both have princesses. They're both magical academy schools. Both of the main characters are OP. Both of the main characters have pretty much very similar goals and very similar personalities. It's just, I remember when I first started watching those two anime, and I was like, the first couple of episodes, I was thinking to myself, okay, trying to recall what happened in the last episode, and I end up thinking of the other anime last episode because that was the latest one that I watched. That's how identical they are. However, I chose Ikishi No Cavalry over the Asterisk War because for one vital difference. Ikishi No Cavalry has already established romance. It is already just boom. That ship has already sailed. We're well on our way with that. Asterisk War is lagging a little bit behind that, but they do have a romance. You can see the romance starting to formulate, starting to head over now. It's that kind of thing. Rakudai, though, I feel like the Rakudai has a more clear aim at its objective. We know exactly what the main character is trying to do. We know exactly where the story is leading, and we know exactly how everything's going to play out, at least in the sense that we know, or at least we expect to know, how the plot is going to run down now. Whereas in Asterisk War, it feels like we have an overarching backstory right now, and we kind of know what our main character is trying to do, but it feels like our attention's kind of drifted away from that onto something else, and that's probably the exact perfect description of those two. And so, number 5 is Ikishi No Cavalry, Tale of Worst One. So right here you'll see the 5 that I listed up right now on the screen. And I want you guys to think long and hard about these. And I want you guys to consider each of these anime to possibly watch. Number 5, okay, I can understand if you don't want to watch number 5, because you might not have enough on your plate, you might have too much on your plate, not enough time, you might have lost interest like me, etc., etc. Number 4, number 3, and number 1. I have to recommend highly for you to watch. Even if your plate is full, you should still try these anime sometime down the line when you have more time. Because those 3, Kidou Senshi Gundam, Noragami Aragoto, and One Punch Man, they're just outstanding. They are outstanding productions. I love them, and I look forward to keeping on their update. Number 2 is a strange oddball. Like, honestly, if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. Instead of the 3-episode rule, give this the 1-episode rule. Just give it 1 episode. Because if you can't handle the first episode, you just have to stop. Because the first episode is probably the easiest one to understand. It's definitely the easiest one to understand. And if you feel like you're kind of getting it, like you kind of know, oh, okay, so this is how it is, then watch the 2nd episode. Because then once you grasp the general idea of how the story is being told, the 2nd episode comes by so much smoother. It is so much better. And that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And please let me know if you guys liked this kind of structure of the top 5 for X season of X year. For example, this season of fall 2015. Please let me know how you thought of it. Liked the video if you thought it was good. Dislike the video if you didn't think it was good. I don't care which one you do. Go down in the comments below if you want to tell me what your top 5 for this season is, or if you happen to disagree with my top 5 and what you would rather have in there. Please go down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to check it out. And as always, folks, somehow, somewhere, I'll see you guys soon.